I've always been a light sleeper. The kind of person who wakes up if a door closes too softly or if someone walks past my room in socks. It's something I used to hate about myself, especially when I lived alone. Every creak sounded louder at night. Every unfamiliar noise made my mind wander. That's probably why I noticed it before anyone else did. Or maybe I noticed it because I was the only one still alive long enough to. The building. I lived on the 4th floor of a mid-sized apartment building just outside the city. Nothing fancy. Beige walls, cheap carpet, flickering hallway lights that management promised to fix next month. There were 12 apartments on my floor. Most of the residents were predictable. A retired couple who watched TV too loud. A college guy who came home drunk every weekend. A single mother who left early every morning. You hear people living their lives when you share walls like that. Doors opening, water running, occasional arguments. That's what made the silence noticeable when it started. It happened on a Tuesday night. I remember because I'd stayed up later than usual, scrolling on my phone, half watching a documentary. Around 1:40 a.m., I realized something felt off. The building was too quiet. No distant traffic. No elevators. No footsteps. Even the hum of the air vents seemed muted. At first I thought the power had gone out, but my lights were still on. Then I heard it. A door opening. The first sound. It came from the hallway outside my apartment. A slow, careful creak. Not the loud slam of someone coming home drunk. Not the hurried movement of someone late for work. This was deliberate. I sat up in bed and listened. Footsteps followed. Bare feet. Slow, measured. Each step placed carefully, as if whoever was walking didn't want to be heard, but didn't care if they were. The footsteps stopped right outside my door. I held my breath. After a few seconds, they continued down the hall. I waited until I heard another door open. Then close. I checked the time. 1:47 a.m. I told myself it was nothing. Maybe someone sleepwalking. Maybe someone going to the bathroom. Still, I locked my door. Night 2. The next night, it happened again. Same time. Same footsteps. But this time, they stopped longer outside my door. I stared at the handle, waiting for it to turn. It didn't. Instead, I heard something else. Breathing. Not through the walls. Right outside. Slow, shallow, almost curious. I don't know how long I sat there, frozen, listening. Eventually, the breathing stopped. The footsteps moved on. The next morning, I checked the hallway camera footage through the tenant app. The building had installed them after a break-in years earlier. The footage from 1:30 to 2:00 a.m. was missing. Corrupted according to the system. The silence spreads. By the end of the week, the silence wasn't just at night. I noticed I hadn't seen any of my neighbors. No doors opening. No voices. No TVs. Packages started piling up outside apartments. I knocked on the retired couple's door. No answer. I knocked harder. Still nothing. I checked the peephole. Dark. Too dark. Like the lights inside had been removed. I reported it to management. They said others had complained too. About noise. No. About lack of it. The first discovery. On the 6th night, I heard screaming. It came from the far end of the hallway. A woman's voice, sharp and sudden, cut off almost immediately. I ran into the hallway without thinking. The lights were on, but dimmer than usual. Apartment 412's door was open. Inside, the apartment was empty. Not nobody home, empty. Stripped. No furniture. No pictures. No personal items, just clean walls and a single wet footprint on the floor, leading back into the hallway. Bare, human, too long. I didn't sleep that night. The announcement. The next morning, a notice was slid under my door. Temporary relocation advised. Please remain in your UNITS until further notice. No explanation. No signature. Just a phone number that went straight to voicemail. By evening, the building felt wrong. The air was heavy. The lights flickered constantly. The elevators stopped working entirely. I was officially the only person I could confirm was still on my floor. That's when the knocking started. The pattern. It always happened in threes. Knock. Pause. Knock, knock. Never loud, never aggressive. Always polite. It came from different doors. Apartment 401. Then 405. Then 409. Moving closer. Each time I stayed silent. Each time the knocking eventually stopped. Until it reached my door. The voice. I know you're awake. The voice was male. Calm. Too calm. I can hear your breathing. I pressed my hand over my mouth. The handle didn't move. I just want to check something, it continued. You won't feel anything. I backed away slowly. The voice sighed. That's okay, there's time. Footsteps retreated, but they didn't go far. They stopped right outside my bedroom wall and stayed there all night. The cameras. The next day, I checked the camera feed again. This time it worked. At 1:42 a.m., a figure appeared on screen. Tall, thin, barefoot. Its head was tilted unnaturally to one side. It stopped in front of my door and looked directly into the camera. Its face wasn't blurred. It just didn't make sense. Like someone had taken features from different people and put them together wrong. The figure raised a hand and knocked. From inside the video, I could hear the sound, even though the audio feed wasn't supposed to work. The message. At 3:11 a.m. that night, my phone vibrated. No signal. A text message appeared. You're the last one who locks their door. Another message followed. That's interesting. I shut off my phone. The power died seconds later. The hallway light outside my door turned red. The door across the hall. I don't know why I opened my door. Curiosity, fear, desperation. The hallway was empty, but apartment 408's door was open. Inside, I saw movement. Something crawling on the ceiling. Moving wrong. Limbs bending backward. It dropped to the floor and stood up. It was wearing someone's face. Someone I recognized. The college guy. He smiled. I couldn't keep my door closed, he said. Then his jaw unhinged. I slammed my door shut. The final rule. The knocking returned. Faster now. Harder. All around my apartment. Walls. Ceiling. Floor. Voices joined in. Some familiar, some not. Open the door. We just want to check. You don't belong alone. I screamed back that I wasn't opening anything. The knocking stopped instantly. Then something whispered right into my ear. You already did. The truth. I woke up in my bed. Morning light through the window. Power restored. Noise returned. Doors opening, people talking. Management claimed there was a gas leak and temporary evacuation. No missing persons reported. No empty apartments. Apartment 412 was furnished again. But my door lock was broken. from the inside. Why I'm writing this? I moved out a week later. But sometimes when I'm alone at night, I hear polite knocking. Always in threes. And sometimes when I look at my door, I don't remember locking it. Because somewhere, something learned my routine. And it's very patient.